all the fruits for yourself. You can do, you can give that to your neighborhood people. You can, do a bit of light trading. You can have, okay, let me sell a few of them, maybe just for a few prices because it's in my courtyard. I didn't spend anything, right? But then suppose the same tree is in an orchard of mango trees. Now imagine what you can do with that, right? So not only you can sell mangoes, you can sell them for wood, you can sell them for, you can give it them to charities, you can donate them to poor people and whatnot. You can even open a nursery school underneath the cool, the cool shades of that mango orchard. But now think there is a tree, one single tree or two trees in your orchard, and then this in your courtyard, and this is a whole bunch of trees there in the, that big mango farm you have. So do you think you'll be able to make out money just by having mangoes? No, you'll need to invest. You'll need to have a security person over there. You need to have a person who is going to take care of those trees to sell those mangoes. You can't sell those many number of mangoes yourself. You need to have contacts of supply chain people who will come, who will deal with you. They will pay you. They will take care of whatever produce you make, and then it happens, right? So when now you try to understand where your clinic is it in your courtyard or is it in a position of being in the orchard? Please write, is it orchard or courtyard? Please be open about it. What do you feel? This is a business session, come on. What do you feel? Is it the orchard? You are having your practice, your clinic, the status of your clinic practice. With this example, what do you think? Is it in your courtyard or is it in an orchard? Courtyard. Okay. Dr. Shabazz. Okay. Okay. Courtyard. Okay. Courtyard. Courtyard. Dr. Drishti. Yes. Anybody in the orchard? Anybody on the orchard? Dr. Danish Khan. Great. Dr. Sushma Bhavna. Great. Varsha Zub. Orchard. Okay. Okay. Great. So a lot of them. Lots of them. So I hope because I'm just knowing you for the first time over here. So I hope these are all true things which you are mentioning. So now, if you are in a courtyard, to become a business, you need to take your tree to the orchard. And if you're already there at the orchard, won't you like to increase? Won't you like to grow your businesses? Because like I mentioned, every next year, if the earnings are the same, if it is not growing, then you are not going to have a growing business. You're not going to have that orchard is just helping you earn something which is there, but you can multiply, you can use the saplings, you can have multiple farms, you can grow that over a period of time. So that is what the business is all about. But as easily said, it is not easily done because we physios, we are actually not trained to get into the business terms. Now, how would I know this? I'm a physio. I passed out in 2004 from Calcutta University. I had this opportunity to work with investors in great startups, and then I know how they put the money, and they have been like established business houses, business tycoons. And so, what they taught me, I worked upon, or the results came, and now I thought that okay, I let me help assimilate that to all my professional pool brethren, right? So the impact will be nationwide. And so what coaching is about, this is not training, this is not teaching. This session is all about coaching. And what happens in coaching, we transfer the information, we share what we have experiences. One person can't teach everything and one person can't learn everything. So it's about a great share of experiences of past 16 years. I'm working, Start Exercises was established just for this purpose to help the money which is there in rehabilitation. We always say that there is great money in rehabilitation. There is great money in rehabilitation, but that money isn't coming in our pocket. For the physios who very enthusiastically said that their money is in their orchard, then you must think of expanding. Why? Because the country needs it. The country needs it. So let us get into that how to, get up into this kind of get into a business mode. If you have, suppose if you have an understanding of business and you are still into this session, I admire you a lot. And if you are into this session because you feel that you need to have an understanding of this session, right? So that you can increase your, multiply your clinic, then this is the session for you all. So thank you for being here. And so again say, yes, keep up your energy level, because now we are going to enter the core business, the core discussion of this whole meeting. We have set the tone. So say yes again. So yes again, please keep up the energy level. Yes, yes. Dr. Shabaz, Dr. Divya, yes, please. Yes, yes, yes. So we are going to understand the business. I'm the person who is a physio who has been into rehabilitation. I've worked, and I am absolute an insider who has results with these, these principles. So in this session, how to create a business in physiotherapy. So let us start. So the first thing is, whether if you are, it doesn't matter whether you are a fresher, whether you are a senior, you have a skill of your, multi-skill, certified person. But the moment you think of getting into the race of a business, if you think of getting into the race of a business, then it is the same starting line for all. It doesn't matter if I'm not a COMT, it doesn't matter if I'm not an NDT, it doesn't matter if I'm a Mulligan, right? It doesn't matter if I'm a shockwave therapy specialist, But the moment, till the time I'm just a clinical worker, I'm doing what patients are coming, I'm just treating them and taking my revenues or salary, it's okay. But the moment I want to convert my skill into a business, it's the same starting line where everybody else is standing. So what we need to do is, if you are having an existing business, you need to analyze your business, right? Now, what we are going to talk further on, please try to self-analyze. After this session, the session is being recorded, and I think Dr. Prerak will be very well putting it for everybody's access. So please do revisit the video, because if we you need time, you need to revisit this video to understand what we have, remember what we have talked about. So the business always starts with analyzing your current potentials, your current achievements. Now, as a business analyst and coach, I've been working pan India. In past 1 year, I've made more than 55 clients in physiotherapy, occupational therapy, prosthetics, and orthotics pan India, right? And to my dilemma, hardly 2% of them had their proper data maintained. Data doesn't mean that you name the patient, what therapy, and what is, because data means exactly what is useful for your business. You have been treating more of shoulder patients, but is it something, is it a special, more kind of any particular case which you are handling? Is it some kind of a solo shoulder, or is it a surgical case? What kind of data you can collect from your own work? Have you ever sat down with your past 3 months, 6 months, 1 year of data and try to find out where did your business as a physiotherapy earned more, where did it earn less, and where did it earn zero? Did you try to figure it out? You put up a poster of, say, TechSnake in your clinic, and then you hardly treated anybody absolutely with a diagnosis of TechSnake. So that is what I mean to say. When you do a business, if you are promoting that you are treating TechSnake, then you have to make the population sensitive about it, because the moment they think about TechSnake, they must be thinking about your clinic, because it's not them they'll come to know, it's your duty, because you have the skill set to benefit the society. So you have to tell them that, okay, I have something for you, you can get relief, and we are doing it at such a great thing that it not only get relieved, it will also be prevented from relapsing. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So if you have not analyzed your business, if you're already in business, because for new people, we'll start further on. So if you're having an existing business, make sure that you analyze the data. How many new inquiries? How many conversions? How many telephonic? How many through website? You have paid. What I understand, especially for the physios who say that whether they're in Courtyard or they're in Orchard, they have you have paid to some companies to generate leads for you. But then how many of the leads did you convert? There were genuine leads, but they didn't convert. Did you count how many of them? And did you count why did that happen? What reasons did that happen? Did you work at that micro level of creating, understanding your own business, where you're investing your time, your money, your effort, right? So did you utilize this lockdown period to analyze that data, or you were just busy upgrading your skills, which we understood that for most of the physios, they do learn, but that learning doesn't convert into revenues. Many people say that, yes, I want to learn because I want to increase quality. What will you gain after increasing the quality? Obviously, you want to win the trust of the population so that they come to you. So you got a talent, but you didn't promote it. People didn't come to you, so revenue didn't happen. Your growth didn't happen. So why did you spend your time, money, and effort in those workshops? Right? So you are, as I admit, as a business coach, because I keep communicating with so many people in India and abroad, what I understand, what I always admit, that at present times, India has got the highest skill set in the field of physical rehabilitation. Do you agree? Do you agree that the world India is the best at this moment in terms of number of therapists who are highly skilled? Yes, 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 yes. So if we talk about business, now this, yes, we will validate further on, because please do remember highest. Yes, 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 doctor, yes. So how you once you analyze your business and you find, okay, these are my strengths and these are my weaknesses, so now I want to increase my, you know I want to revamp my business. Or if you're planning to start a new clinic, if you're planning to start a new clinic, then this is the same situation as after, a therapist has analyzed his or her own business in physiotherapy, and then they are looking forward. So revamping or restarting, it requires now the same kind of steps which we are now going to discuss. So number one thing is focus on your core skill sets. If you are working as an individual in your clinic, you are not having a team, then please promote your your personal best skills. Please don't try to be a supermart. Please don't try to be a supermart, because that is one thing which has really dented our professional image. A knee replacement surgeon is hardly ever interested in looking after shoulder patients. He never promotes it in the market. Shoulder patients would come to him, but the doctor will always promote his case more for the knee, because that is where he knows he's expert at, there where he knows. So out of 10 patients, does it happen with you? Now here's another question. Out of 10 patients which you treat, one or two of them which come, which gives you a feeling that yes, this is the patient which can't be treated by anybody else better than me. Does that happen with you? Out of 10 patients, one or two patients come which give you this feeling that you are the best treatment giving person for that kind of a case? Does it happen with you? Does it happen with you? Yes, sometimes. But rest 5 or 6 patients are the kind of a patients you are doing because you are a physiotherapist, you are a clinical analyst, you have a strong hand, but you are actually not much interested. Does this happen too? Does this happen too? That most of the patients which you treat, you are not much interested, or internally you know that you are not very strong. A very honest answer by Dr. Divya Thakur. Yes, this happens. So the first thing is, what do you need to increase your revenue? What do you need to increase your revenue? Focus on your core skills. Out of 10, 7 to 8 patients must belong to that kind of a problem which you are expert at treating. If you have a team, then each and every therapist in your team has the right to treat those patients for which that particular therapist has got a strong hand, got a skill set, and that's how you will be able to gain more revenues. Because once you are an expert, you can demand money. You have the confidence that yes, this is the time defined result which I can give. So this is the money which I want. Don't you think people who are short of time, people who are short of family members to take care of themselves, won't they pay you